When the sides met in the first series of matches at Hunky Dory's Park, it finished scoreless. Thankfully on Friday, there was more for the crowd to shout about. Commentary from Gerard and Brian Kerr.
Foley going long, putting the pressure on young Ben McLauglin. Oof. Oh, that comes off the crossbar, so close. Peter Hynes, the cracking drive.
It was really a fantastic shot. Little lay off from Declan O'Brien, and Hynes let it rip.
Hand headed on by Sean Brennan, did neatly there. Hynes anticipated, Brennan's in there again. Good save. Really good stop that time by Peter Cherrie. McNally, the central defender. Good angle on it. McLauglin hesitating. Brennan has a lot of guile. Back in by Foley. It's a great ball. That should have been the opening one there for Fabio O'Brien to add to his considerable number of goals for Drogheda United. So let's see now, with 5 minutes to go to half-time, whether there's a goal before the break. Oh, the goalkeeper has dropped it down. A horrible mistake.
Offside there, Gerard. The flag was up early. It was hardly for a free kick, because I don't think it was a free kick. It was just a mistake by the goalkeeper. But the linesman was fairly sharp. The referee went with his decision before it went into the net.
Hynes ready to jump for this one, letting it bounce. Foran comes in over the attacker. Now, oh, it's in the back of the net.
Well, Drogheda took a quick free kick there, and they cut Dundalk out. There's Foran going in over Hynes. He needed the saddle nearly, and I would have said a free kick, a sharp free kick from Ryan Brennan, I think. But still a lot of touches before the final shot from Sean Brennan goes into the net.
Gary Shanahan, Shields. Taken forward here by Walsh. Mountney getting onto it, scored last week in the Cup. Cutting it back this time. Shanahan, back in the net, it's 1-1. Their fans quite delighted about that. Enterprising football, and they are level here at Oriel Park in this live Airtricity League match, and Gary Shanahan has got another one.
Well, it was a smashing piece of play. Shields ball out the wide position. Mountney sets it up here. Here he gets onto it, cuts it back in. Shanahan coming in on the blind side, and a wonderful smash into the net. Fantastic piece of play by Dundalk.
Curled in by Hanley. And what's that they say? After you score, you can be vulnerable, and they have proved to be vulnerable.
Wonderful goal. Brilliant link-up play. Foley involved. See, the ball is headed out here. Just a flick on from Hynes. Little set up with O'Brien. Then the ball back in from Foley. Great header. Brilliant, brilliant goal. And not an awful lot Cherrie can do about it there. Brilliant, brilliant finish.
Dundalk look for an equalising goal. Well hit and well touched over. He really strikes it well. Gets huge power behind his shot. Chris Shields here. Played in, headed on further. Just needed somebody coming in on the knockdown. Shields again. Caught it beautifully and tipped over by a very active Gabriel Sava during the second half. Oh, there was power, there was pace in that, and it was well outside the penalty area, I think. Oh, what a great effort! Brilliant stop by the goalkeeper again from Mark Griffin. And this game has had so many memorable moments, and that was very nearly another one for Dundalk, and very nearly an equaliser. Drogheda are really now just hanging on there. Dundalk pressurising. Shanahan, who got one, tried to get a second, and that was straight at the keeper. Still 2-1 against Dundalk. Going to be a lot of time still to play in this game, because There were several stoppages, and the referee is reaching for his book, and Foley gets a yellow card. Foley got one earlier on, and that's his second, and he's gone, and Drogheda United are down to 10.
That was definitely a late tackle for me.
One last opportunity. Prendergast falls. The referee blows his whistle. It's all over at Oriel Park. It was a rip-roaring contest, really good action. But in the end, the points are going to go to Drogheda United, the visitors. It finishes at Oriel Park. Dundalk 1, Drogheda United 2.
I think what happened in the first half, John, was that Michael Raft was suspended, centre forward, and this is the goal now. That move actually, it started by Chris Shields, who plays a diagonal ball out to Paul Walsh, and he slips a wee ball through into John Mountney, who has made a run from the middle of the park, and then Gary Shannon does what he does very well, finds space in the box. Like, he's a great kid for 18, but Mountney there again, another 18-year-old. What a run from the middle of the park. He made a 50-yard run to get on the end of that. So it was a good goal, it was a good response.
Yeah, denied some great Sava saves though at the end, wasn't there?
I think Gabriel Sava, kept Drogheda in the game. He kept the points for them because he made 2 or 3 fantastic saves, especially that one from long range from, I think it was from Griff. It was a wonderful save. I was behind it, you wouldn't see it anywhere.
It was a classic game for a derby match. I thought it was evenly contested, and I'm pleased to get the 3 points out there. Certainly, we've only had 3 draws in the last 5 games, so a win going into the break is welcome.
Owen, you watched this game, and I suppose, 4th place Drogheda against 11th place Dundalk. Maybe we shouldn't be too surprised that Drogheda took the points.
Yeah, it was a very enjoyable game. It really was. It was end-to-end stuff and lots of good football in it. But I think what's shone through to me is the difference between maybe Sean McCaffrey trying to get the best out of his experienced players and trying to blend them in with the younger lads, as against Mick Cook, who has the experience at senior level of doing that. Another good example would be at Bray, Pat Devlin doing the exact same thing, younger players but the older players. And I don't think that he's getting the most out of his experienced players up at Dundalk right now. Drogheda were much smarter, slicker, and I think they deserve to win. But it's little things that matter, as Trapattoni says. And a good example might be the first goal, Derek Foran, an experienced lad. It wasn't a free kick. It was definitely
we'll have a look at that,
him,
because you kind of feel that there are a few lapses of concentration, that cost
straight away,
Dundalk.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good example of it, because it's actually Hynes. It's a free kick. It should be given for Foran, when it happens here. But you don't react that. You get into your position and then
this is the disallowed goal.
This is the disallowed goal. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with him. Maybe it doesn't show, but when it comes in here, there's no offside there. There's no fouls that I can see, but. It's actually bad goalkeeping. That's the bottom line.
A little bit fortunate.
And again, it's the experienced players. Yeah, you see, Hynes makes a back for him, and I don't see how the ref can give a free kick there really against Ford. But you see his reaction. You've got to get in there and get on with your job first, and then have a go at the referee or say something. You don't have a go, or else you get a card for it. But I think that's the problem with Sean. And I say it, I know how good he is with his kids. We all know that. But he's not getting the most out of his experienced players up there now. They've got to do a bit more. They've got to step up to the plate, really. There's a beautiful little ball dinked in there. I remember John Giles always saying, if the ball comes out in that position, just a little crosswheel dink in there will always create a
header
chance.
from Crowley.
Yeah, fabulous ball. But the defenders are
seen.
Always caught out in a situation like that, a little dink ball like that, instead of taking the shot on.
Stewie, in fairness to Dundalk, they had chances to level matters. We heard Sean talking there about Sava's saves keeping Drogheda in the game. And I suppose some of them are conventional enough, but a couple of great saves as well.
Yeah, I think we were just talking earlier. The goalkeeper's position here is probably what makes the save. But there are some wonderful strikes. This save here is an absolutely wonderful save. It's the absolute top class. To have a strong enough of a hand to get that up and over the bar. It's
great shot from Griffin as well.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic save. And I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Drogheda. Effectively, their quick thinking for the free kick has won them the game.
Yeah.
I think it was Crowley gets the ball down, he takes it quick, puts his hand on the ball. A lot of referees will might ask for the ball to be taken back, but
so credit to the referee.
Puts his hand on the ball, plays it quickly, and Drogheda score. If I was Mick Cook, I'd be absolutely delighted with my players for something like that.
What do you think, Pat, from Dundalk's point of view? They're 3 points off the bottom of the table now. Can they pick it up?
Well, they have to. Owen has brought up the point about the manager and all that. He's got a lot of young lads, and in fairness, the first half an hour they were poor. They were overrun, outplayed, outmuscled. then I think the goal that they got against them sort of galvanised them, and they were very, very good for 20 minutes in the second half, and they played Drogheda off the pitch, and then unfortunately they lack of concentration again, gave a silly goal away, and then Drogheda could have been before 5. They have to because the bottom line with them is that there's a lot of young players there. They're talented. The lad Griffin in Middle Park was very, very good in the second. Fabulous striker ball and destroyed Pats a couple of weeks ago, and they have players, but they need to galvanise and they need to get a few results.
John Mountney as well, Kilchimon Knocklad, you know, he really is a very good prospect.
Great for the
great
goal,
run there. I mean, making a long busting run from midfield to set up a lovely, lovely move. So there's a lot of good things happening in Dundalk, and I'm sure that Sean will get it right.
All right.